thing.
Judo guy.
MMA and combat sports, the memes, the use of social media to really get so cool, man. And
unless you're Ronda Rousey after that fucking Nunes fight, like, woo.
So what?
Yeah.
Is she coming back?
So many fucking people with those mean memes.
Mean.
What do you think? She's coming back?
No, I don't think she is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think. Well, if she does, she should come back in a calculated manner. Like, don't just rush in and fight for the title like she did. I think that's crazy. Taking a year off, getting head kicked, knocked out. You know, where's your head out? Like, and was she 100% committed to this as far as like training for the entire time off, or did she just get in really good shape over the last few months, and had she been training at all before then? I mean, you'd have to ask her and answer all those questions, but if she doesn't want to be fighting, she shouldn't be fighting.
You know, but, you know, Emmett was shouting from the beginning, head movement. So I assumed they worked on head movement. I just think the pressure and the way she comes, and the angry face and all that shuts her down. And, you know, it's too much pressure. A whole Hollywood career rides on it. I mean, that's not going to happen now, right?
Right.
I mean, because...
But, buddy, there was you said it too. We talked about it. No footwork. No defense,
but that's what I mean.
There was nothing.
But that's what nerves can do to you. I like to see a Ronda with a smile on her face go to the ring, being relaxed and calm. Send her away. Go to a Dwayne Ludwig for a year and have some smokers, because you can still legally do that in other clubs. Just striking, you know, to just get in that moment and to see where you're at. I think in training, this is the problem that everybody has. You know, in training, you always do good. A lot of guys do good. But you know as well as I do, there's these gym guys who are really good in training. They can't do it under pressure. So if she's been boxing and working on her striking, and she's been hitting people left and right, and they got some good people coming in. I heard that she works out even with ex-boxing champions or current boxing champions and doing well against her.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, that's a nice, safe environment. Bringing it under pressure with all the crap she had on her shoulders. I thought
there's also Amanda Nunes is a very dangerous puncher.
Saw it in Strikeforce, man, right away.
Her kicks, her punches. She kicks and punches so fucking hard, and she has long arms, man. And she puts you on the end of these long punches. And she dinged Ronda very early in the fight. You could tell she was rocked.
She was right away back into the home fight. That's what I think happened there. And Nunes also leans all the way over, so it's hard to take her down. You know, and Ronda should also, you know, and maybe she's doing it. I'm just saying what I don't see, you know, maybe start wrestling as well on top, because a girl like that with so much talent, she'll pick that up so fast. But if she suddenly shoots for a single or a double leg, she covers more distance.
But she'd already been rocked, so I think that, because remember, she shucked her off quite easily.
But her clinch is always upper body clinch, and she always reaches in with the left arm. It's like this, you know, Greg Jackson and I talked about it after the Holly Holm fight, that they had seen every single one of her fights. She comes at you, she got that left arm extended, tries to get a hold of girls with the left arm, hip tosses them, gets them on the ground, arm bars them, and they just were so prepared.
But isn't I was going to say, interesting that she came from MMA, from boxing to MMA, just trained for a Ronda Rousey fight. Cody Garbrandt, remember,
she was a kickboxing champion,
kickboxing and boxing champion. But I'm saying, in terms of her MMA prep, the goal was Ronda Rousey, right? And now with Cody Garbrandt, he talked about in high school Dominic Cruz, and you wonder, well, the laser focus, right? The television, obviously, you have to work on everything. But if that's your target, and you see what he did to Cruz, it's
well, there's a lot of fighters like that attract greatness. Like, I think Anderson Silva attracted greatness, and I think one of the reasons why Weidman became as great as he was he knew that Anderson Silva was at the top of the mountain. Like, you see that assassin, you know, and Weidman caught him like right at the right time, and, you know, knocked him out, and then the broken leg in the second fight. And I think when you have a dominant champion like Anderson was for so many years, all those young kids coming up, that's who they aspire to, and it raises the bar. Like, I'm really curious to see what the flyweights look like in a few years.
Yes.
Because of how good Mighty Mouse is, because his bar, he's raised it so high.
It's way above everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, Anderson Silva getting too comfortable, planting 2 feet next to each other, having no forward, backward, side, lateral movement whatsoever. You can only lean as much backwards, right, for that left hook what he received from Weidman.
Well, you know what he fucked up?
Showmanship.
Weidman had a very clever move that a lot of people missed, and what he did was he threw a right hand, and then behind the right hand, he threw a back fist. So there was a punch coming from the left, and then he moved towards it, and another punch coming towards the left because it was a left hook. So Anderson is doing his bobbing and weaving stuff, but when a punch comes at him and then a back fist, he's got to go that way. So then he's got to go that way. So when he went back right, that's when Chris Weidman cracked him with that long left. That's the same punch that he used to knock out Uriah Hall. He throws this long, like straight-armed hook, and it's very deceiving how much distance he can cover with it.
You know, a lot of distance. Plus, it's that straight punches are better as well. I always say, you know, that's why I always liked. You use close lines. You know, I mean, you have more reach if you connect with a left hook. You're way too close. If the person doesn't move, you're way too close for a straight punch. You know, but if you make it a palm strike, now we have some space that we can cover.
What did you think of Yoel Romero knocking out Weidman? Wasn't that insane?
Why did Weidman even wanted to go for that? I mean, he said the whole training camp. He said, "I don't," and afterwards he said, "I have no clue why I did it because we knew we should not do that." And as soon as he lowered himself, it was. Yeah, it just collided.
It was just a perfect knee.
Because he was doing freaking awesome. He did exactly what I said in the game plan. You know, go, go, go. It doesn't matter if you keep him down, take him down, get all those muscles working. You know, get him tired, and it was working for him
until Yoel decided to wrestle with him. And then he was throwing Weidman around that second round. You're so like, that's when you realize how strong a wrestler he is, how good his wrestling is. It's
but see, another one,
insane.
Right? The wrestling of the high level, Olympic caliber, and yet power to go that. Those are dangerous dudes, man.
That's why he's the freak.
He's the freak of all freaks.
He
stands next to all of them and just looks like, what in the fuck did they feed you in Cuba?
But the same thing with him. Can you imagine if he starts focusing on the right side a little bit more, what a super freak this guy is going to be? Because all his attacks are coming. It's a left kick, left knee, left straight. Pretty much. The only time when he uses a right low kick is to set up a straight punch or a kick or whatever. And he doesn't throw with power. You should counter that. That right kick that he throws outside leg or inside leg, whatever stance you are. But you should counter that instantly because otherwise the big hand is going to come. But if he starts developing a right and a right kick, just two things, a right knee, a right hook, whatever, you know, to the body.
Is he too muscular? And I know it's layman's,
well, it's working for him.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's like, you look at a guy like that, because you say physical specimen, man, just so incredibly above and beyond, but yet, okay, it's working for him.
Well,
Anthony
he's
Rumble
undefeated.
Johnson,
So it's definitely not a problem. He just has to manage it. Like in a lot of ways, the same way Tyron Woodley uses his power. He's obviously much more muscular, much stronger than most guys in that division. And he showed in the Wonder Boy fight that Woodley knows how to manage it now. Like he went a full 5 rounds. And what's really important is that he stunned Wonder Boy in the 4th. So they're in the championship rounds. He rocked him and hurt him bad and had him in deep, deep trouble. So I feel like there's so many benefits to being as powerful as Yoel Romero is. There's definitely a downside. And that downside is if a guy like Weidman didn't shoot for that and, you know, was constantly wearing on him, constantly grinding on him, and had him in a bit of trouble like Tim Kennedy had him in the second round, then, you know, we'll see what happens.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet. I mean, even in the Kennedy fight, he definitely cheated, right? He definitely sat on a stool too long.
But he recouped fast, too. And he was tired, but he still had knockout power.
But he still recovered, and he still came back to fuck Kennedy up. And it was like, Jesus Christ. He's such a monster. He's so much better of an athlete than almost anybody else in the division. When he throws guys around, they could just go sailing.
What
about he grabs a hold of you.
Speaking of guys who I've always been impressed with, and a guy, I mean, obviously the jiu-jitsu, but the striking to me,
and he recovered in that fight too, because Yoel fucked him up too. Yoel hit him with that spinning back fist and had him all hurt. Jacare came back from that fight and won.
Good thoroughbreds, man. A lot of great fights.
And what happened? No, Yoel Romero won. He won the decision, but the decision was overturned because of the drugs.
The drug testing,
he had some sort of peptide that they found in the supplement that he was taking, so they only gave him like a 9-month suspension.
It was the same one as Jones took, for understand. That's why that was, to me, that was kind of weird, because he is managed by the same guy.
No, not the same one that Jones took. No, definitely not.
Oh, okay, I thought that.
No. He had like some growth hormone thing inside of it, whereas Jones had clomiphene. Clomiphene is an estrogen suppressor that people use to kickstart their testosterone production after a steroid cycle. It's an estrogen rather suppressor.
So, but Romero was the first one who brought actually the product. And he says, "This is what I took," and they looked into it, and that, that's what I always said that. What all the fighters say, but nobody. If I would be the guy, I would say, "This is what I took. Please test this." And he
why
did that.
do they take it? Are you a proponent? Like a lot of people say, why? What do supplements actually do for the athlete? If this is what's been happening with the tainted supplements,
well, it's just where you get your supplements from. The real issue with supplements is, some of them definitely work. You know, I mean, how much should you be allowed to enhance your body with nutritional supplements? Right. Because there's a lot of supplements that work. Creatine works. There's a lot of stuff that works. So you have to figure out, like, okay, well, how much can it work? You know, it obviously can't work like androstenedione or all those hormone precursors that they've all banned. Okay, well, it can't work that good. Can it work as good as this? And then, like, there's all these different, standards. I mean, there's certain protocols that people follow when it turns to vitamin replacements, and they do IV vitamin drips and extreme concentration on their nutrition, and they have results. Like, those results, they tend to show that there are benefits in supplementation, and there's definitely benefits in clean diet and making sure that your nutritional balance is. So, like, at what level should it be illegal? You know, I mean, you can't. How the fuck are you getting so much B12 out of nature? You're not. You have to take it in a pill, and then it gives you energy. Well, what the fuck is that? You know, and you could take some caffeine. Like Chael Sonnen used to take caffeine pills to make sure that he got the exact amount of caffeine, because he's like, you don't know, because you get a Starbucks, you might get a venti Starbucks, and they might have fucking packed it in tight and juiced the shit out of it. And every now and then you get a cup of coffee, and you're like, whoa, this is some strong coffee. So you might actually test over. So in order to make sure that Chael was in the lines, he would take pills.
Caffeine is illegal. It's on the list.
It's legal.
Wow. Illegal. Yeah, that's what I would say.
But if you get to a certain number, it's illegal.
Okay.
Like if you get past a certain amount of milligrams in your system,